Okay, so I'll repeat this because the video got caught because the power went out. So now, let me explain segment congruency. There's three of them. There is reflexive, symmetric, transitive. Okay? So all of them are property of congruence. So reflexive, property of congruence. Symmetric, property of congruence. Transitive, property of congruence. Now, what does reflexive property of congruence mean? That the line is the same size whether you start from the beginning or you start to the end. So if I go from A to B, it should be the same from B to A. It's the same when I measure this bottle from the head to the bottom. This distance is the same whether I go top down or down up. Okay? So that is what reflexive property of congruence means. Now, symmetric property of congruence is when you have two things that are of the same size, same length. Okay? So segment AB is the same as segment CD. So it has to be two or more. Okay? That is what symmetric property of congruence. So you are of the same size and same shape. Same size, same shape, same length. Okay? So here, since we are talking about length, it should be the same line, same length. Whether it is, when I put the two lines together, they should match equally. That's what it means. Now, transitive property of congruence. When you have three lines, A, B, C, D, E, F, then I say AB is congruent to CD. Then I also tell you CD is congruent to EF. So this means EF is also congruent to AB. So that is where you do transitive. When you use the third one to match with the first one, or you use one to match with the other in the question that was not matched to it in the beginning. Okay? Now, so I said I have three lines, line A, line AB, line CD, line EF. Then I tell you AB is congruent to CD, and also CD is congruent to EF. So this means AB is also congruent to EF because AB is congruent to CD. If these two are congruent and these two are congruent, then this and this should be the same. Okay? And you make sure you use your congruency signs. Remember that. Remember this sign is congruent. Then there are other parts that you should know. Remember from lesson 2 of term 2, what do we mean by substitution? When you replace something for an equal value. So let's say I have this line, yes? I know from P to M, I have to add PZ and ZM. So I write the equation. PM equals to PZ plus ZM. Just like that. I have my whole, it should equal to part plus part. Now, I want to solve, I must replace PM. PM is 15. I replace it with 15. I replace PZ with 4x plus 5. PZ, 4x plus 5. I replace ZM with 2x. So because I am replacing, that is why I am calling it substitution. Now PM changed to become 15. PZ changed to become that. The minute I'm not using the same thing from the original, then I am substituting. Now you need to remember definition of midpoint. The question will tell you who is the midpoint. So here, the question has told us P is the midpoint. It says given P is the midpoint of line MR. So how do you define the definition of a midpoint? MP must be congruent to PR. Must be. That is the definition of midpoint. Because midpoint cuts your line into two equal parts. So MP should equal PR, or line MP is congruent to line PR. Don't forget that. Then you do Aleph. Okay? See you tomorrow.